Today's video is on the AutoApps Tech Connect with reporting and e-time management. One of the things we try to do with AutoApps software is to make it very intuitive and easy to use. And our goal is to be able to train you in 10 minutes or less. So I want to start with this front screen, and you can see this. We're looking at Ron Coates, and this is the work that's assigned to him through the week. These are the vehicles assigned to him and his work pending. You can see they've sold 62 hours. He has 43 hours pending, and he's finished 20 hours. And then if a vehicle is marked on hold or expected in, they will not be on the work in progress for the technician. So the technician's able to see how many hours are on have been sold for each vehicle, how many pending hours he has, and you can see parts and parts availability, arrive time, promise time, and who the service advisor is. So on this front screen, we're looking at the invoice number, the customer's name, and the vehicle. The number of wrenches indicate the number of jobs that are assigned to that technician on this vehicle, so only the jobs assigned to him will show up. If a wrench is marked green, that means he's finished with that job. So you can see on the second vehicle he has 7.2 hours sold and he has 5.95 hours left. We can also see there's 7 of 9 parts available, and if I click on the parts, you can see that he's waiting for the sway bar link, 2 sway bar links. So instantly he can see that Napa's supposed to be delivering those, and they have not arrived at this time. So the technician is very quickly at his fingertips can see everything that's going on with him and his vehicles. If you click into the jobs themselves, you'll see that the information is about the advisor, the arrive time, the promise time. You can also see that the hours and the remaining hours. We can also look at service requests. So everything is at the fingertips of the technician. So the reason the customer came in was the steering wheel was shaking when going down the road, does not feel right, and makes a noise. And so this is the information taken on service requests. You can also see that we have vehicle notes, which allows you, so the technician's able to double click on vehicle notes, and it will automatically update the vehicle notes in the system, in the management system, automatically by putting the technician's name, date, and time. So you're able to instantly, it's live with the database to instantly update any vehicle notes that the technician may do. You can also see invoice notes. So you can see back on 8/11, he test drove the vehicle, he did feel a slight wheel shake and possible wheel hub, front suspension, and that was on the 11th. Now we're going to make some more notes on 8/17, so you can notice how the updates are recommended. So at that time he recommended front struts and sway bar links and replace rear shocks, and of course that got put on the invoice and sold to the customer. And so you're able to, at the technician's fingertips, be able to see all the work that's assigned. You can see he's finished with the preventive maintenance, and he's finished with the oil change and his performance checking, and he's ready to get started on his other work. So he's punching in for the day. So he wants to start on the struts, and all we have to do is take action. So when I take action, it says, wait a minute, you've got to be punched in to the regular time clock. So once we punch into the time clock, we can either punch into a job or the vehicle, or we can punch into e-time. You'll notice that e-time, if he was waiting on parts or he had to go to a shop meeting. So we're going to track 100% of the technician's time and make it very simple for him to time in either on the vehicle or on the job or on e-time management. So we'll be able to see what percentage of the time is spent working on vehicles versus the percentage of time working on non-productive or expense time work. We also have reports, which we'll get into more. So we've turned this yellow. We're working on this car. If the technician wanted to view vehicle history, we have a vehicle history summary page, and we've made it what we wanted to do is provide the technician with all the tools he needs to be able to look at history. He can even go in and on any of these lines, just double click on it and be able to read all the history at his fingertips. Of course, all our products are designed with today's technology in mind, so these are also all tablet friendly. So you'll notice all the big boxes that I can cancel out with, or we can go through on each one of the features. We can see what's going on with the invoice, service activity. We also will include any decline work, any saved estimates or active estimates will be at your fingertips. And again, if I wanted to look at all the history, I can just click on service history itself. I can look at parts history, so you can see where the parts came from and what work got to be done. We can look at service activity, which is the work that you're presently doing, plus any decline work, saved estimates, or active estimates, and then service parts, and then also service due. So it lets us, the technicians, see the technicians. This customer's been in here 2 times, and when his first visit and last visit is, and it just made it really, really simple for the technician to update notes, invoice notes, all from this page. So all you have to do again is we can see what the average mileage of this vehicle, the customer's driving this vehicle. So we're really wanting to track what the maintenance is due is, and when service work's done, and how much they're driving this particular vehicle. So all we have to do is hit the home button. It always takes us back to the home page. What you see here real simply is you can quickly see what vehicle the technician is timed into by looking at the yellow wrench. So just from this front screen, we're able to see the vehicle. We're also able to, if we just click on the vehicle, just jump right to that service history page if we wanted to. We're able to update any of the information there. We're able to jump in. Now we've made it in, let's say that he's working on the struts, but he's find out he ran into a problem. He needs to look at the Toyota real quickly, and he needs to do a performance test. We can see we had a hard start. So we're going, again, making it super simple for the tech. If we start on this vehicle, it's going to say, well, you can't be punched in to 2 vehicles at the same time. So it's going to automatically punch him off of that vehicle and punch him into the Toyota RAV to do the diagnostics. You can see all the parts are here with the Toyota RAV already. He's doing an old dipstick tube there. And what you're going to see is if we do mark a job finished, it will update the finished hours. So making it really good for the technician, we've built in the ability to look at where they are on both closed invoices, 2 weeks at a glance, or look at finished jobs. So what we're doing when we do mark a job finished, let's say the wiper blades were done, I can take action there and I can mark that job finished. What this will do in your management system is actually update that finish date or the job finish date. That way we can see actual production that got done each day. And so by clicking on reports, we're instantly looking at, he's, as of Tuesday, he has billed out 19 hours. He's actually worked on the vehicle 15 hours, so he's 128% productive. You can see last week that he billed out 39 hours. He has actually only worked on the vehicles for 29 hours, so he's 131% productive. So by making it really, really easy to punch in and out of a vehicle, it lets us really track productivity, and what we're really tracking is efficiency for that technician on actual time worked on that vehicle. You'll also see that we have another one that is finished jobs. This is going to be different. You'll see that he's actually finished 21 hours. So this is going to be on both closed invoices and open invoices. So the technician can actually see where he's at for the week on how many hours per day. So you can see he finished 3.2, 12 hours, and he's already finished 6 hours today. If we did look at closed invoices, you're going to see that of those 6 hours that were finished, none of them have been closed out yet. So the finished jobs, by marking the jobs finished, make it really easy for everybody in the service center to know what jobs are finished, what cars are finished. It lets you look at Service Connect and see where the technician, which vehicle through Service Connect, which vehicles punched in, where you're at, the status of each job, and we've made it super simple for the technician. And if we needed to go to a shop meeting, of course, we're going to make it really easy just to punch in on that shop meeting, but of course he's got to punch in off of that car. So he just simply punches off that car, and now you can see that he's punched in to E-time. And we can see both the time clock he is punched into and also E-time he's punched into. So once he's finished with that shop meeting, and he's going to go back and start working on the Chevrolet truck again, and you'll notice he only had 0.6 of an hour there. He's going to start his action again. It's going to automatically clock him off of E-time and back onto that vehicle. And that's what you have with Tech Connect is just a real simple tool for the technician to look at all the history, update vehicle notes, update invoice notes, track the date and time, look at service history, and you also have the ability, if you want to turn this feature on, to actually update the notes live onto the jobs themselves. So if you're doing diagnostics or you found something wrong and the technician would have marked those notes, those would actually be live in your management system right now with the date and time. So you have the option to look at service requests, vehicle notes, invoice notes, make notes on the jobs themselves, look at vehicle history, instantly have where you're at for the day, where you're at, knowing how many hours you've already finished for the day, and knowing the ability to know which parts are here and which parts aren't here. So it keeps everything running very efficiently at the shop level, and it lets the service advisor know what's going on without having to walk back and check on all the vehicles themselves. And that would get us into, so that is Tech Connect with reporting with E-time management. And that also brings us into our Service Connect product, which is for the service advisor to be able to see statuses of all those vehicles. So Tech Connect has been a great tool for technicians, a great tool for them to mark the jobs finished, know what parts are here, and be able to know what they're working on at this time. We want to thank you for your business, and if you need any information or help, just feel free to visit our website at AutoAppsInc.com.